I know what you're thinking. Sybil, I cannot believe you want me to eliminate something. I can do so much more. I have a lot of things that I want to offer, and I know that people need it if they can find me. Welcome to the Elite Brand Clarity Formula Session 5. We are talking all about things you need to eliminate so that the right people can find you and that you can spend more time with clients that will value you and compensate you in the ways you know you deserve. Today's topic is all about elimination. You see, elimination is one of the hardest things that entrepreneurs have to do, not only from what bubbles up on our priority list, but the things that need to be eliminated or paused until we can introduce them into our brand and business in a strategic way. You see, in a crowded market, making a direct appeal to your consumers' needs and desires is the only way for you to build a lasting impression. And that means you have got to have a clarity about what you do, why you do it, and why no one else can do it better than you. When you look at some major brands, it's not that they don't have multiple things going on, multiple packages and offerings. It's that they stick to their core. They stick to the baseline for every other product and service that we get to experience. The power of a simple brand lies in its ability to communicate its value proposition and essence without ambiguity. This level of clarity makes the brand easily recognizable. The three things that simplicity allows a brand to do to make sure it becomes remarkable and elite are: it allows for automation. How many of the things that you are doing right now can and should be automated? This is your opportunity to figure out what you could or could not be working on to make your business run more effectively, to give your brand more clarity, to connect you to the people that you intend to connect with. The next thing that simplicity allows for is systems. If something is overworked or overly complex, it's going to be hard for you to replicate it, and it's going to be hard for it to be implemented from your ideal consumers. When you think about systems, do you have an SOP to make sure that your brand is showing up in every place and space in the exact same way that you want it? From the tone, the voice, the quality of services, how you're approaching competition. Is there a very specific process that you follow? Once you have SOPs, you are at a place where, should you no longer touch that thing, you can hand those systems over to someone else, and there will be no break in how you do things. There'll be no break in the quality, and your brand will stay consistent and clear. This is where you want to get to as a business owner. You want to have SOPs and processes for every aspect of your business and how your brand will influence what you do next. When we think about SOPs, I think about McDonald's. Now, McDonald's is not a great sandwich business because they have stellar sandwiches. They're great because they have processes. Any McDonald's you walk into, the exact same thing is happening. They toast the bun for 10 seconds, they add some ketchup, mustard, mayo, top with pickles, lettuce, put the burger on top, and close it up. How can you streamline everything you do so that it declutters the process, so that you start removing things that don't matter to the outcomes that you are guaranteeing and the outcomes that you are setting the expectations for? The expectation at McDonald's is not a grass-fed gourmet burger. The expectation when we go to McDonald's is a basic burger with basic processes that are going to be a basic eating experience. It's not knocking it out of the park, but according to their sign, they served 1 billion customers and growing. According to their messaging, 1 in 7 people have worked at a McDonald's. The last thing that Simplicity does is offers opportunities for replication. This means you are positioned well to sell everything that you do, that intellectual property, as a toolkit, as something that can be put in a book, as something that can be repurposed and reused again and again and again. Simplicity means you have figured out ways to become memorable. One of my favorite sayings is, if you chase 2 rabbits, which one will you catch? And the answer is neither. You will catch neither the rabbit going to the left or to the right. So the name of the game here is not to feel that you're losing something by taking things away. It's that you are gaining an advantage because you're focusing on the one thing. In the next lesson, in the final lesson, we're going to look at the one thing, how to develop your power statement, and how to put that all together for your cohesive brand message. But for now, think, how many rabbits are you chasing in your business? And how can you dial back and focus on one thing really well and let that be your core? This is not to say that you should feel pigeonholed into that core, but it should be something that you feel confident about, that you're an expert in, and it's something that comes to you with ease. Remember our simple and easy exercise? This is where it comes into play. Here's how brands do not grow. They don't have a lot of disjointed products. We get caught up in the I want 7 streams of income philosophy, and this is not the way to do it. I've partnered with women who tell me that they have a candle making company and they're doing marketing and they have a cleaning organization and then they're teaching school and they're running for office, and that is not the way to effectively build your business or your brand. That is not what 7 streams of income looks like. So let's toss that one away and think, what can that mean for you while you are ridding yourself of things that are not directly impacting your overall value to the people you know you want to serve? How brands really do grow is having that one core product, that one core identifying thing, and getting rid of everything else. So, one of my clients is in the marketing and advertising space. And she told me when we first started working together, she was interested in becoming a paid professional speaker like me. And I said, perfect, that is great. What we also did was figure out how she can grow the rest of the arms of her business while she was building her speaking platform. This is what I call feed and seed. They're the things that are going to feed you, i.e., keep the roof over your head and feed the business while you are seeding, which we were seeding her speaking, or growing some new areas. In this case, we discussed her creating a planner based off of all of the marketing things that she does. We talked about her positioning herself as an author so that while she is speaking, that gives her something else to sell, to add on. We also looked at her developing a strong curriculum so that should she choose, she can launch her own marketing school perhaps, and she would still be able to retain her private clients that compensate her today. This is how brands grow without overtaxing themselves and without over offering. At the core of every single thing that she is working on, it is marketing. That is the foundation of what she does, what she will speak about, the curriculum she's designing, the planning tablets that she's creating, the book she's writing. It all comes back to that one thing. She got rid of everything else that did not align with her marketing services because she was doing some other things like helping people with financial documents because of course you have to know the finances of the business. She was also helping them with some automation, some light automation. And I said, no, that's the thing you hire for because you're hiring for it as well. So when you think about how you want to grow and scale and build your business and your brand, think, what is that core offering? What do I need to remove from the structure? Another option that you have that will help you lean even deeper as an expert should you choose to go this route. Let's say you're starting from scratch. And what you do really well are flyers. People come to you all the time for your flyers, graphic design, etc. You're a marketer. In this case, your core product was and always will be flyers. Regardless of how many other things you do, flyers will be what people get from you. It will never not be a part of your product until you get to a place where you're teaching people how to build their own things. So in this example, you work on flyers and you realize through market research, through competitive analysis, that people don't just want flyers, they want the full suite of physical assets. At that moment, you start selling flyers, brochures, business cards, pamphlets, table tents, and any other physical asset that will help them with their go-to-market strategy. As you continue to scale and grow, you once again realize that you maybe don't want to be in the day-to-day aspects of creating the thing, but you don't mind showing them how through templates. Now you are able to stop producing flyers and physical assets, and you can start selling your templates. You can pre-create templates. There are so many shops on Etsy right now where you can download 100 templates that were focused on this one thing. Anytime you go into a Canva or other design software, that is what it does. The PowerPoint process, same thing. Selling templates is an effective way to build your brand while still retaining that original core message. Now, let's say you've got your flyers going, your physical assets going that you're still creating, and you figured out how to package your templates. Maybe now you're ready to position people and help them understand why templates and physical assets matter, how creating a powerful flyer will make the difference in how they go to market. And then you talk about market analysis or market strategy or color psychology or all of the other things that go into why you started creating those flyers in the first place. So when you're thinking about eliminating things, don't think you've got to give anything up. It's about getting clear about the order in which you will offer your services. So some questions that you need to consider is, what do I need to build first? Ask yourself, if I can only build one thing, what would that be and why? And is that the top priority for my ideal clients? The second thing you need to think about is, how hard is this idea or product to implement? And this implementation is not only for your client to implement, but also you. How long is it going to take for you to build up this idea so that you yourself can implement it and continue to iterate as your business scales and grows, as your brand becomes more visible? If it's hard for you to implement, then it's going to be even harder for the non-expert that you're partnering with to implement as well. How can you dial it back and make it easy and simple? And the third question that you want to ask yourself is what I am building going to be an inspiration product or an implementation product? Am I going to help people create the vision, or am I going to be doing more tactical work to make sure that they carry it out? When I think about inspirational products, I think of people who are professional speakers or mindset coaches, where all of the work that they're doing may not have a physical, tangible result, but people feel better. They're doing life better. They have better finances, that sort of thing. Versus people who are in services where you're implementing something like lawn care or interior design or image creation, where there's a physical manifestation as a result of the partnership. So ask yourself, what is your core going to be? Is it going to be something that's inspirational or aspirational? Or is it going to be something physical that you hand someone once they are done working with you? And again, as you scale and grow, you can transfer over from one side to the other, depending on what the needs are of your clients as well as where the market is driving. Some action steps as we wrap up. Create your full offerings list, everything you think you want to offer, and then look at your core, look at your skill set, look at your brag book, look at your personal keywords, and eliminate anything that does not match those things that we've already gone through. Last, choose what type of growth model you want. Do you want to use a layering effect, or do you want to have a core and you disperse your efforts across various mediums? For example, through authorship or launching a talk show where you talk about the exact same thing. So that way you can repurpose the exact same content, but it is delivered in a different format. That wraps us up on Eliminate. The last and final experience that you will get is the one thing. And I am so excited that we are getting here to the end line, which is really the starting point for your elite brand and for you to be remarkable. I will see you in the next video.